Hello, my beautiful followers. How's everyone doing today? So, before I jump into my points today, I wanted to read you guys a quote that really inspired and really stirred this video and this topic, and I'm going to read it to you because it's a little bit long. It's by Martha Graham, who is an amazing, well-known dancer, modern dancer, choreography years ago. She was a genius in her own right. And so it's a little bit of a long quote, but hang in there with me. I promise we will get to the point of the video. But it says, there is a vitality, a life force and energy, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And because there is only one of you in all time, this expression is unique. And if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium, and it will be lost. The world will not have it. It is not your business to determine how good it is or how valuable, nor how it compares to other expressions. It is your business to keep it yours clearly and directly, to keep the channel open. You do not even have to believe in yourself or your work. You have to keep yourself open and aware to the urges that motivate you. Keep the channel open. No artist is pleased. There is no satisfaction, whatever at any time. There is only a queer, divine dissatisfaction, a blessed unrest that keeps us marching and makes us more alive than the others. Martha Graham. And so today I reshared an article called, I don't even want to write this fucking article. And it was an article from like 2 years ago, and I read it, and it's actually from the same time period 2 years ago. And I read the article, and it's actually very similar to where I am right now. Lots of little like irritations, things that I'm seeing the need for transformation. And so these little things that are needing transformation or in the middle of transformation are really kind of irritating me. And lots of emotion. God help everyone in my life when I get into period energy. This is not it. So hopefully I can move through it. And so today I sat there going, I don't even want to write an article. And so this article came back up actually in my memories, and I was like, this is perfect. This is perfect. And it is those little irritations. And I sat there going, what's the point? Because I've had some irritations with business and certain things. And I'm like, what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? And yes, even coaches can have those moments. We even have those moments. I actually don't believe anybody who's like, I'm always perfect and life is amazing and sunshiny and rainbows. That's not what you're going to get here. Because yes, life can be all those things. But life is like an orgasmic wave. It is good, and it is difficult, and it is chaotic, and it is everything. It is the up and the down. And so anyway, I was reading that article, and that quote is at the end of that article. And I was sitting there going, it really is not about the perfection. I was sitting talking to a friend, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to push through this. I'll be okay because I'm resilient. And she's like, yeah, you are. You are resilient. That's your word for the day. And I was like, yeah. Because it's not about the perfection. And so here's where this gets to you guys. Because I know lots of people are in this irritability place, and lots of people are seeing the need for transformation. And even those that are taking those steps, there is still that irritation and that contrast and that emotion that is coming up, and it's so pronounced right now in our world. And so it is looking at why, truly why. Like, we can sit there and allow our egos to beat at us and go, it's not perfect, it's not exactly how I want. But it's in transformation, it's in process, it's needed. And the fact is, resilience. Resilience is so important, because just like the Martha Graham quote talks about, it's never gonna be perfect. If you have an expression, you're not necessarily going to think it's perfect. It's the people who succeed are the people that just keep going, and going not from a space of I'm going to bang my head against the wall of something that's not working and not aligned, but that keep going and having that resilience on something that really does matter to them. So in that article I talked about, I don't want to even write this fucking article. I don't want to write this article. Like, no one's going to read it. And it was definitely, when I wrote it years ago, it definitely was just an ego moment and me sharing my ego moment with you guys. And I had to come back to, I love writing my articles. I love doing my videos. I love my relationships. I love my clients. I love my business and my life. And so it's looking at, okay, why am I doing this? And in regards to you guys, it's looking at, okay, what are the things that really are aligned, and where do we need to just have the resilience and to keep pushing forward, to keep finding that energy to move us forward, even when things aren't going the way we want, or even when we are feeling negative about something. Now, I'm not saying that we should stick with every fucking thing in our world, because if something really isn't aligned, something really isn't working, that resistance that we're pulling up is telling us something. So it could be telling us we're really not aligned, or it could just be telling us there's something that needs tweaked. There is some contrast. There is something that is pushing against us. There's a lesson to be learned. There's an expansion to be had. And so really pushing into that. So it's not about the perfection. And oftentimes we want things to be perfect, and we want them to be just as we want them to be right in that moment, including sometimes even our emotions. Yesterday I talked a lot about mental health and our current society and how that's really our issue. And even with that, it's that are you resilient enough to keep pushing through? Have a bad day and go, it was just a fucking bad day. It's just a bad week. It's just a bad month. But I'm still going to keep doing the things I need to do for me to stay aligned. Even if they don't feel as good as they used to feel, I know that eventually this will come full circle. Hi, everybody jumping on. And so everything will come full circle, and you will get that energy back. You will get that vitality if you continue to connect with self. If you continue to stay resilient and just keep pushing forward and trying new things and stepping in, you will find that energy. You will find your purpose and your path. Even if it's not your path for the rest of your life, it is still your path. Sometimes we have little minor paths. I know a friend just wrote about betweeners, so you should go read her post. Kendall Williams just wrote about betweeners, and she wrote about relationships and in between relationships, and I'm not going to go through her article. Go read her article. But maybe if it's just this much of our path, it's a learning process. That resiliency to get through those times of, okay, this is this for right now, and then we're going to keep moving forward, and oh, now I'm stuck again. It's not about making our lives perfect, because perfection is not a thing. It's not a thing. And it's not about having this high vibe energy that we're faking it. It's not real high vibe, but we're faking this energy of everything's perfect all the time. I see so many people doing this, and I'm kind of like, no, you are not lit. Like, that's not you all the time. That is not you all the time. Like, you do have bad days. I choose to just bring you guys my bad days, my moments, my irritability, my bitchy moments, because yes, I have my bitchy moments. But it is about that realizing, okay, I'm resilient, you're resilient, and you can get through this. It might just take some extra focus on self-love or tapping back into things that really used to build you up. Your soul knows what to tap into to get you through those difficult times. And it's about giving yourself a little bit of grace too. I read the Martha Graham quote at the beginning of this video, and it is about there will always be more to be done. You will never be happy in terms of like, yes, I'm completely satisfied as an artist. And when I say the word artist, we're an artist of our lives. Everyone's a fucking artist. This is not just for people who are painters or dancers or writers or video makers. This is for our lives. We're all artists of our own lives. And so you're never going to look at your life and go, it is absolutely perfect. I'm completely satisfied for the rest of my life. No, then you've stopped growing. Then you've stopped expanding. There's always going to be that new edge, that new piece that you're stepping into, and that is the dissatisfaction. She's not talking about sitting there and being completely unhappy with everything you do, then you're not aligned. But she is talking about that blessed unrest, that unrest internally that says, I have more. I have more to give. I have more to do. And so it's looking at the life that you've created and going, okay, it might not be perfect, especially with everything going on in the world right now that I'm hearing and seeing so much of. It's going, okay, right now maybe the world isn't perfect. What is my lesson? What is my learning? And where do I just need to maybe sail through this a little bit and be resilient? Be resilient and step into that resilience, because there are those flash in the pan moments, but that's not how we want to live our lives. We want to live our lives in this resiliency of, yeah, things might knock us down a little bit, but at the end of the day, we come back fighting. We might have a moment where we come back fighting. We go, no, I'm not taking this. That is the real winners. That is a real success. Those are the people that just keep going because they know their purpose. They know what drives them. They know what actually turns them on at the end of the day. And I don't mean sexually. I mean from a very energetic standpoint of what turns them on. So yes, you might have that moment of like, fuck it. Is it even worth it? I don't want to do this. And it could be just your ego. Now, you do need to check. Is it really your ego? Like, are you really done? Are you really done? That's a thing. But like I said, I wrote that article 2 years ago, and it was just like, it was an ego moment. It was an ego moment of I'm sick of negative comments. I'm sick of this and this. And I had all these ego things coming up. And it was just a moment of going, yes, and at the end of the day, I know that this is an ego moment. I know that this is just my transition, my transformation, my irritation, in truth. It was just, in that moment, it was just some irritation. But knowing my alignment, knowing that my articles, my video, my clients, my business, my life really does turn me on. I really do love it and what I've created, because I'm an artist of my life and you're an artist of your life. So I want you to really look at, if you're sitting there and you're irritable or angry or frustrated, or maybe you're just joyful still, even if you're in joy and love and all those beautiful emotions right now, still looking at your life and going, okay, where am I just really resilient? And where am I not aligned? Where do I actually really need to give up? Not what society is telling me to give up. That's bullshit. That's not what we're checking in on. We're checking in on our core. Like, where do we, really aren't aligned with something anymore. It really isn't working for us. And it's not working for us because it's just making us unhappy. And where do we truly just have resiliency and need to just go, I'm going to hang in here. I'm just going to hang in here. And my progress, my learning, my lesson is to just be resilient and to just breathe through this, to expand my vessel, as they would say in Kabbalah. Where do I need to just hold here? And where do you need to kick your own butt, maybe? Maybe you're like, yeah, I've been holding here for a while, but it's not getting better. Okay, where do you need to kick your butt and maybe step into some discomfort of, okay, I'm going to have to force myself to do some things that do lift me up or do inspire me or do get some energy moving. But it's not about the perfection. It's not about getting it all right. Because guess what? If that is your goal, it's never going to happen. Good luck with that, because nothing's perfect. What's perfect to you is different than what's perfect for me. So it is about that resiliency and having that resilient spirit. Because at the end of the day, that is actually what when I look at somebody and they've fallen, but they come back up, and they fall a little bit, and they come back up, and they're really fighting. They're fighting, and not fighting in a negative way, but they know what their goal is. They know where they're headed, and they just keep at it. Think of the Harry Potter books. Like, J.K. Rowling got like not a million, I think it was like 100 denial letters, and she was so fucking resilient. And then guess what? She became one of the highest paid authors of all time. She was on Forbes. The fact is, she rocked it out, but it took her resiliency. It took her continuing to push on something that she knew she loved and knew she was passionate about, and not giving up. Not giving up. Maybe it wasn't perfect in that moment when she's sitting there and she's getting all these rejection, but then her resiliency did pay off. It did pay off. So, anyway, just some thoughts, some coaching tidbits for you guys. So, on another note, I have for you lovely ladies, as we head through February, I have a soul mapping goddess project, especially for you single ladies who are wanting to touch into your core, yourself, your goddess nature, but even for any woman in truth. It's an in-person workshop, and we're going to be mapping out our souls, doing some artwork. It's going to be really connective, really fun. That is in person. Outside of that, if you want to work with me one-on-one or in person, then head over to addisonbell.net and fill out a consultation application. And I'll see you amazing people tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. Do not forget to hit the like page if you are not currently subscribed to my page, so that you can get all these free coaching tidbits. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And do not forget to continue to grab that light within. Love you guys. Bye.